Pat Ford Coalition Radio Network, outrage porn free, civilly disobedient media. We're here at the Pawtucket. Back where I grew up in Jersey, we called it a dump. Sometimes it was a dump that was lit up at night, but we called it a dump. But now here in New England, we call it a transfer station. I'm here with Bruce. I'm guessing by your trailer, you work professionally in the trades, construction. What type of work you do?
Trucking.
Trucking. Okay, a little louder. Because we're outside, folks. So, yeah, you can only imagine. So, we got calls starting yesterday about some chaos here at the transfer station for folks from the city of Pawtucket. But what's happening in general? Are you from Pawtucket or Providence?
Yeah, I'm from Pawtucket.
So you're
from Pawtucket, yeah.
From Pawtucket, okay. Just gonna come a little closer. Watch your feet there. So, you come here routinely?
Yeah, come here all the time. To dump a trailer full of trash, normally around $23.
$23. What is it now?
They just try to charge me $89, which I refuse to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
No warning, no signs up?
No, this gentleman here this morning met us at the gate. He intercepted us, and he said, hey, listen, it's going to cost you a little more today. I said, why is that? He said, we're having some issues with the city. I said, well, how much more? He goes, it's going to cost you like $54. He says, how much do you have? I said, well, I know I'm under a ton. He goes, yeah, it's going to cost you $54. So we get in there and we dump, and we get back out and we scale out, we head over to the office, and she says $89. I said, well, this gentleman at the gate told me $54. And I said, this is already, it's highly more than what we paid. It's a significant increase, you know what I mean? So my thing is, if he said 54 and I'm under a ton, that's what I'm paying. Mm-hmm. She says, and she hands me a pamphlet with all their pricing. I said, that pamphlet means nothing to me at this point. If that's the case,
right,
you wanted to refer to this, you should have had that in this gentleman's hand at the front gate. He told me $54, that's what I'm paying. So she says, well, if you don't pay $89, I'm going to call the cop. I said, well, let me back on the property. I'll gather my things and head down to Johnson and Rhode Island Resource Recovery.
Right.
She says, you're not allowed back in the yard. I said, well, I'm not paying anything more than $54 because that's what I was quoted to dump at the gate, and I'm under a ton. In fact, your scale says 714 pounds. So at the end of the day, she called the supervisor. The supervisor kicked me off the property. So I just made sure I recorded that. He asked me to get off the property, which I did, and I got him saying that on tape. So at the end of the day, they want me to leave, so they must not want their $54.
Right.
I'm more than willing to pay that. As I said,
right,
that's what I was quoted, and that's all I'm willing to pay.
How, folks who are civilians who go to the transfer station maybe once a year,
yeah,
they do a long cleanup, something like that. They don't really understand what the cost component of your business is getting rid of refuse and trash. I mean, exactly. Any ballpark on how much you spend a year?
Well, I mean, this is not even a commercial thing. This is me cleaning out trash out of my residence. You know what I mean? I live right up the street. So residential rates is always different. When I come here in a commercial capacity, the rate is slightly higher.
Right.
So I'm aware of that, and I spend a ton getting rid of refuse annually. Mm-hmm. But this time in particular, this was household refuse, and that's what we were trying to get rid of.
Well, it appears that members of the law enforcement community are here to join us.
Exactly.
And I'm here to document it.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Well, again, we've gotten multiple calls.
They seem to think they can intimidate you inside, but they're not intimidating me.
That's mine. Yo. Yes.
Yep.
So, Heckle and Schmeckle are over there discussing the situation, but apparently, and we've got some calls and we're gonna follow up on this. Apparently, there's some sort of kerfluffle with the city of Pawtucket, and this is the situation we've got right now. Okay. You pulled up to a fast food restaurant and they gave you the food. I mean, this setup is crazy to begin with.
Yeah.
All right, but the time to ask for the extra $20 because you got the larger fries is not after you've had dinner.
Exactly.
And that's essentially what they're trying to do here.
That's exactly what I conveyed to the lady inside, and she just started yelling and screaming at the top of her breath. My thing is, if you have someone representing your facility on the outside, have him with a pamphlet,
right,
say, here you go, take this is what dumbing rate is for the day. He says, oh, you're under a ton, $54, that's what I'm looking to pay.
Right.
My thing is, if he had said to me, you could possibly pay $89, I would have made a U-turn, and I would have been right on my way to Rhode Island Resource Recovery.
Right, but which, by the way, in all fairness, is not inexpensive for you to do.
Of course not.
Right down the road. I've driven trucks, nothing, probably, I went up to a 32-footer.
Yep.
All right, that's the biggest truck I've ever driven routinely.
Exactly.
But you know, you go. There's a certain tendency. You're talking about
Yep.
gallons per mile.
Yep.
You can't park your truck here.
Okay.
Especially if you're in traffic.
You want me to move up this way here?
Either way, as long as you're not blocking them, you know, trucks
No
from
problem.
coming, okay? All right,
problem.
thank you.
Officer, you got any explanation here? I mean, I have a feeling you're going to be
Explanation about why you can't park
Oh
in
no
the
no no
peak
no no
traffic?
no! I'm talking about the situation in general here.
No, no.
I mean, because you're gonna. There's a lot of people who are angry. Doubling the fees overnight. So you might as well you may want to just hang out here for a few days.
We're police officers. We don't get involved in that.
Yeah, but this is a city of Pawtucket contract.
We don't regulate the
Okay, no, fair enough.
prices.
Tell Tina we said hi. We always do.
Who?
Tina.
Chief Conco?
Yeah.
I will.
Tell Pat Ford said hi.
Who?
Pat Ford.
Pat Ford?
I'm a nobody.
Okay.
But Mr. Dolan goes on trial next month, and we'll be there.
Mr. Dolan.
Officer Dolan.
That was before I got on the job. I don't even know.
Not a reflection on you guys at all. More a reflection on upper management. But I'm not here to put you in that spot. Have a great day. So yeah, this is going to start to get a little chaotic here.
He says, well, it's going to cost you a little bit more. I said, okay, well, how much more? He says, what do you have? I said, I know I have under a ton. He said, yeah, under a ton is going to be like $54. I said, okay, so I go in there and I dump, and I scale back out, and I pull up to the office. She tells me $89. I said, no. I said, the gentleman at the gate told me $54. That's what I'm willing to pay. Had he said $89, I would have did a U-turn and went right down the road to Rhode Island Resource Recovery. She said, well, you're paying $89. I said, I'm not paying $89 because he told me $54. You understand? I was willing to give him my $54 because that's what I was quoted at the gate coming in, and they refused it. He actually told me, I had him on tape. He says, get off the property. I said, you want me off the property? He said, you don't want your $54? He said, get off my property. Now you can't come back to dump. I said, that's no problem. I'll take the extra drive down to Johnson. I said, at least there they treat you with a little bit of dignity. You understand? So my point is, don't misrepresent yourself here. She's going to pull out a pamphlet on the inside and say, these are the rates. I said, that's null and void when you have a representative at the gate giving somebody else a different price. You understand?
That's something to do with the business.
Yeah.
I've never dumped here. I don't know the specifics of it. What he told me was that he said to you the minimum would be
No,
54.
that's not what he said.
I'm
Yeah.
just telling. Listen,
That's not what he said to me.
man. I'm not saying that's what he said or
Yeah.
that's not what he said. I'm telling you what he told me.
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right. He told me that he told you the minimum was 54.
Yep.
And then she said that it was what 89.
89.
And he said that's what it was after. I don't know if they weigh the stuff you dump or how
weighed
it
it.
works.
I was actually,
I don't know how
I weighed this at my yard. I own a trucking company right in Pawtucket.
Okay.
Okay, I weighed this at my yard. I was 644 pounds. He said I was 714 pounds.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I know exactly what I'm going to pay when I come.
Yeah.
That's all budgeted. I mean, we do this 6-7 times a week. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Mike, my thing is, if you're having this guy tell us that we're paying $54 for under a ton, and we get in there and you're giving us a different price, that's not okay. And I said to her, I said, well, if that's the case, let me back in. I'll go grab my stuff and I'll take it out of Johnson. No, you're not allowed back in the yard. I said, well, we're at an impasse here. So I'm not paying you $89. I'll pay you what your guys have to pay, and that's it. You understand?
I mean, it sounds like it's settled down. You're just gonna have to look at the Johnson.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, you guys have a good one. Take care. Appreciate it.
If this blows up anymore, please call me.
I will. Thank you, Pat.
All right, God bless
All right,
God.
take care.
And if you want to see me torture McKay, just kidding, Dan. Phil or Gina. Just kidding, Gina. Just watch.